As for my next guest, I have a feeling you just may have heard of him.
From the director of Hairspray and Pink Flamingos.
You're a freak.
It's shocking. It's twisted.
Dad, somebody's licking our tires.
It's depraved.
Today.
Speaking of twisted, it's John Waters, producer, writer, and director of such great films, Hairspray, Pink Flamingos, the latter of which he also shot, scored, edited, and narrated. He's also a journalist, visual artist, the author of 5 books, including his latest, Carsick, John Waters Hitchhikes Across America. John, it's great to see you again.
Good to be
Why
here.
did you do this rather odd Baltimore to San Francisco deal?
Well, I wanted an adventure. My life's too safe, you know. I was scheduled. I'm a control freak. You can't be a control freak and hitchhike.
So, but you were Social Security eligible. You're holding a sign saying, "I am not psycho."
Yeah.
Would you pick up you?
That's a good question. The last time I picked up a hitchhiker in Baltimore, it was in the daytime, and he jumped in the car and started huffing glue. But he offered me some, and I thought, well, it's Tuesday at 10 in the morning, maybe on Friday night, but
So you wouldn't pick up you? You
maybe
wouldn't,
I
you?
would. Maybe I
you
would.
Well,
depending
Okay,
on my mood and the hour.
Baltimore kid, and do you have a home in San Francisco too? Is that
Yes.
right? So you're a coastal kind of guy. Do you have the same biases about the middle of the country that a lot of us
No,
sadly
I
have?
thought I did, really, but then I met everybody in the middle of the country that picked me up, and they could not have been more diverse and unpredictable in their opinions, no matter what their politics were.
Is that what you learned? I mean, what did you learn on this thing you didn't know before?
I really just reinforce what I always believe in, the basic goodness of people. A few people are wired wrong, but beside those people, most people are good. And people that pick up hitchhikers are always good people. They're trying to help people.
So you told us that 10 hours unpicked up on some road in Kansas.
It
Why
was
are
on
you
some road
smiling?
at an exit, at an entrance ramp.
What did that feel like? I mean, come on.
It felt long. You think, you know, there's a 1,000, that's a second. Think of 10 hours. A lot of cars were gone. Especially people go, I think, what's that mean?
And did you ever say to yourself, I'm going to end up like in a shallow grave with
No, I
this
never
guy?
was scared. I was never scared. I'm scared to stay home and not take chances. But what I did feel that this was going to take 10 years. Now that it's over, I knew it took 11 days and 21 rides. But on that third day when I was standing there for 10 hours, I thought, I gave myself 2 weeks as the worst it could be. But I thought, this could take 6 months.
How many people recognize you? I mean, you're hard not to recognize,
Yeah,
I
but
should say.
I would say, and recognized me and pulled over maybe 3 out of the 21.
Really?
Yeah, because the people that thought it was me drove past me and then came back and picked me up. But many people didn't, and I tell a lot of people, I'm a film director, they go, sure.
Speaking
Would
of-
you like $10, sir?
I've used that same line, by the
Yeah,
way. It's
yeah,
worked
well,
fairly well in certain
yeah.
circles. Now, is there going to be film here? Is
I
that
don't know if it did, I wouldn't direct it, but
Why
I could
not?
be in it, I could play myself.
Why would you not direct it?
Well, because it would need another vision. I think it could work as a movie, as it's me on the real trip imagining the worst and the best that I imagine while I'm waiting in the cars.
And that's how it's nightmare fantasy and reality is the way
Yeah,
this thing
yeah.
is.
I try to think, because everybody said, you don't do this, you're crazy. Even my criminal friends told me don't do it. Even people in jail I know
most
told
of
me
your
not
friends,
to.
is it not?
Not all, but I like a good...
You know, speaking of hitchhiking.
I like a pass.
Do you know which presidential candidate wants to make hitchhiking easier and legal? Do you know who that is?
No.
That would be Bernie Sanders. But you're not...
Really?
You were tight with Martin O'Malley, the former governor.
Well, I
now
certainly,
just
he's my
announced.
friend, certainly, yeah.
You have a photo of the two of you were going to...
Yeah.
Why is it? How is he your friend? How did
Well,
you
he
hook
was
up
the
with this
mayor
guy,
and the governor.
so to speak?
My favorite, when he was the mayor, when we turned on the Christmas lights together in Baltimore and played, I had an album out with my favorite Christmas songs, and we played Santa Claus as a Black Man. That came out while we turned on the lights in Baltimore.
So is he your guy for president?
Well, it depends. If he's running against Jeb
Well, he is
Bush,
if
no,
he's-
I'm going to vote for Hillary or him. It depends. Whoever, if both of them, I'll vote for either one of them. Depends who the candidate is.
I mentioned your Baltimore connections, and you were born there.
Can I say one thing?
You can say 10 things.
His wife, Katie O'Malley,
Yeah.
would be the best first lady ever.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah.
And what do you think about Bill Clinton as a first lady?
Well, I said it already. I wanted him like Mamie Eisenhower, home baking pies. You know, of all the presidential candidates, Bill's the only one that has seen Pink Flamingos.
Yeah. Oh,
Hillary,
is that true?
Oh, I don't know. I just imagine.
I don't think she's seen Pink
She hasn't.
Flamingos.
O'Malley might have, but I think Bill did.
I've seen Pink Flamingos. Now, you're a Baltimore boy, as I said, and you told me today you should be called a Baltimorean. Moron. Is
No,
that
that's
right?
if you don't like Baltimore.
Oh,
They
I'm
say
sorry.
you're a Baltimorean.
My apologies. So, do you have a cure? Do you have a fix for what ails the city in the wake of the Freddie Gray nightmare?
Every white person moves to that neighborhood. Every black person in that neighborhood moves to the fancy white neighborhoods, and you live there for 2 weeks, and like jury duty. You send your kids there, you get your hair done there, you go to church there, you shop there, and you see how other people live.
So it's sort of like I rarely quote John Edwards, there are two Baltimores as well as two Americas.
There's
Is that
3.
the deal?
There's poor white people, too. just as many.
So, but that's not happening. So is this
No,
going to continue?
it's rich white people, and poor black people, and very little in the middle, which makes for great bars and scary walks to the car.
And you go to bars with cops, is what you told
Well,
us today?
sometimes our cop bars are fun.
I bet they are.
And they're nice to me.
Now, we talked to you on the radio today on Boston Public Radio about Caitlyn Jenner, and I'm going to read something into what you said, and then you'll correct me if I'm wrong. You did not seem as convinced as Marjorie Egan and I did that Caitlyn Jenner on the cover of Vanity Fair and everything else that's happened here is this transformative moment in America. Is that a fair statement?
Well, no, I think it's good for transgender. The more you talk about it, the more people understand. But he's doing it for a reality TV show, the lowest form of show
so
business.
who cares? What's the difference?
Well, to me, I don't care. To me, it's I just want to know, is he tucked or not? He says he's not going to get bottom surgery. And, well, to me, that's important. If you're going to do it, let's go the whole way.
I don't think we have to define tucked right here. Before you
Well,
leave,
if you're blind, look at that picture.
I
What happened?
I read that you gave the commencement address at Rhode Island
I
School.
did, yeah,
Is that true?
yeah. I
I'm
just did it
guessing
the
you've
other
not
day.
given a lot of them. Is that correct?
No, but it's a new racket I'm getting in. No, and they were great. The people were really great. It went over well. I even talked to the parents. They applauded me.
That's not true, is
yes,
it?
it did, because I said, let's talk about parents. I said, entitled little brats, aren't they? But then I said to the kids, stop blaming your parents for anything. Yes, your parents maybe kept you in a cardboard box under your bed and whipped you with a car aerial, but deal with it. We've all been dealt a hand.
So you got a lot of calls from other universities since?
I got one from a high school today.
Is that true?
Yeah. I'm waiting for grade school.
I tell you, I wouldn't be calling if I were them. It's a pleasure. John Waters,
right.
you are one
Thank
of a
you.
kind. Great. Good luck with the book.